So what do you do if a husband brings a whole box of his wife's sewing scissors and wants you to sharpen them, and you only have a Flathone? Let me show you. So it's taken me about a half an hour to sharpen all these shears. Two of them were actually barbering scissors, but she doesn't use them for hair. She uses all these for cloth or sewing or whatnot, or just typical household cutting. Now here's a typical sewing scissor, all rusty. Looks like exactly like the one my mother used to cut with, that she wouldn't let me cut any paper with. Out of 100ths, but I have an 80 micron here. And let's go over this again. Whoa, look at the difference in the spark. The shear doesn't have a lot of chromium in it, I don't think. Oh yeah, one more. Might dip my tip of my scissors in here. Pretty fast with a fresh 80 micron. Okay, got a tip issue here. What you hear me banging it is because the tips aren't coming together, and sometimes banging it will get them to close. It's not one I would want to bend the handle on. And if you look, it's not even touching right here. So it's a issue up in there, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah. Pulls a little bit at the tip, but it's not coming together. I'm going to go ahead and take that little bit off. Nice sparks going, huh? I think that'll do. Two more. Let's see what we're starting out with here. Not too bad. This one should be fairly easy. Except for overheating a little bit. Could use the spatter guard, spray water on it. For purposes of this video, easier to see with the spatter guard off. You got really cheap German barbering scissors, and these probably are not stainless steel, or just really damaged. You don't really need a clamp unless you just want to. I just sort of do it by hand. This is 100 micron, and you don't always feel a burr, although I do feel a burr starting here. but you want to make sure you're all the way to the edge. And they're so dark you can tell if you're at the edge. And as you pull it out, if your light is right, you can see against this black background the burr popping up. It gets hot, stick them in some water. Ah, it cuts pretty nice. 100 micron. She's actually using it to cut fabric, so let's see how it cuts fabric. Beautiful. It pulls a little bit at the tip. Let's see what we can do with that. If I look close, I didn't quite get the burr on this side on the tip. Let's do this side again. That's not that nice. Let's see how that tip is cutting now. Ah, that was it. Little burr left. Pointy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I still feel a little bit. Last one. Let's see how this cuts before I begin. I can't get that last part to cut, but it's got some gunk on it. Once again, tape. Run our rust eraser down here a little bit just to clean that up. Don't want it perfect, but just a little bit. Get some of that, whatever it is that's catching it in here. Looks like tape. Might run some over the blade just to look a little prettier. I asked her if any of these were heirlooms, if she wanted to put them in a shadow box or something to say that they were her mother's or grandmother's, because some of these are her mother's. And, you know, and the woman is, oh, she's old. She's my age. I met the husband who was doing the honeydew list today. And they drove her quite a ways, so I want to try to get these done so he doesn't have to make a second trip here. So let's go for these long ones. And I see, even though I'm going past the center, by me pressing a little bit more here on the outside, I can pull that whole blade across. You can see where the sparks are, that's where it's touching. It came out pretty nice the first swipe. I'm going to do one more though. Yeah, these are going to sharpen up nice. Since this is a skinnier blade, I'm going to dip it in some water to begin with. Remember how it didn't cut down there? Looks pretty good. I think she'll be pretty pleased with these. Now I want to oil them, put them back in some kind of container to give them back to her. Oiling, I might use the H42 scissor oil, or I might use some kind of a high lubricant oil, or I may spray them with WD-40. That was a quick video showing how I sharpen household type scissors. You may get those in from your family, you may get them in from a fabric place that calls you, or a quilting bee or something like that, and you don't want to turn the business down. And you don't necessarily have to buy another piece of equipment. If you've got a Flathone, especially one that you can pull off, just make sure you're using very high grits. You might go to higher speed. You can use a clamp if you want to, but these don't have to cut with the precision of hair shears. So if you can sort of do them by hand like I did, freehand as they call it, and get your angle, cut your burr off, that's good. I charge $5 to $8 per blade. Pinking shear is another thing, and that's another video.